Hi, good morning, campers. March 3rd, which was Monday, was Bottle and Bond Day. For those of you that don't know, the Bottle and Bond Act was enacted in 1897. Colonel E.H. Taylor was a big advocate for the Bottle and Bond Act. Basically, they were just putting piss in a bottle. Uh, Colonel E.H. Taylor wanted to ensure quality in bourbon, whiskey, spirits. That's why the Bottle and Bond Act was established. It so it's so I was told by the folks at the Old Pepper Distillery, it's not such a thing anymore that the government actually supervises it, although it used to be. But depending upon who you ask, that is still a thing. Also, it has to be 100 proof, has to be aged 4 years, grains taken from a single season. I'm sure there's more. But to tell you the truth, if I see Bottle and Bond, I'm going to buy it. Right down to this brandy, which is Bottle and Bond by Sacred Bond. Haven't tried it yet. I don't know if it's good, but it probably is. It says Bottle and Bond. My friend Casey Graham once said that if he ever built his own building, he would want the Corps engineers to build it because it's going to be done right. Same thing comes into play here. So what I've done, because I want to try, last year for Bottle and Bond Day, I did a run of, I think I had 11 or 12. 11, I think. Maybe 12. I don't remember. Somewhere in there. Fucking Baker's dozen. I don't know. I did a run of all the Bottle and Bonds I had, and it was around a dozen. This year I've got a round of just bourbons and whiskeys. Yeah. I do have one American single malt that I'll probably just throw in there for fun, but I'd like to think I could find that thing like a, I don't know, like a sore thumb. Pecker and a pickle patch. We'll go with pecker and a pickle patch. But because I have so damn many, I've broke them up into groups of 9 or 10. Starting with, and these have all been rearranged and mixed up, muddled up for me. Starting with one of my favorites, the 1792. Why is that off? Well, it doesn't do a lot of good anyway. It's all for show right now. 1792 Bottle and Bond is, I'm a fan. I love it. Surprisingly, I like this one. I picked it up when I was hunting in Omaha, Nebraska. This is a Minnesota bottle. Minnesota. It's 5 years old. It's a wheated bourbon. It was barrel filled 10-9 of 18. 55% corn, 35% wheat, 10% malted barley. It's called Tattersall, or as I like to call it, Tatersall. Now, it says on the front of the bottle 4+ years, but it says over here 5. And this came from Spirit World, which...
what do you mean? Where is it?
So I'm trying to tell you, kid, it ain't there. It's
a really friggin' cool place. You can't go wrong with the Old Forester 1897. I'm an Old Forester fan. Right down to the... I'll drink the 86 proof Old Forester. I like Old Forester. Okay? I like Old Forester. I got a lot of people that say a lot of shitty things about this bottle, about it costing too much. Well, it does cost too fucking much, but you know what? It's pretty fucking good. I can't complain about the juice that's in there. I think it was J-Rock, that buddy of Bruzel's, that claims that this is Brown Foreman. Anyway, this is Black Top Early Times. And so is Cooper's Craft. But I can't prove that. I don't think he can either. But man, that's really good shit. I do like that bottle. I don't like what I had to give for it to get it at all. And I look to see it be a little cheaper. Really impressed with these guys. Cedar Ridge, especially their bottle and bond here. Got to hang out with a couple fellas from Cedar Ridge, John and Zach, on our hunt in Des Moines. Actually, it was Ankeny. There, I said it right, Luke. Are you happy? Ankeny. Ankeny. But they got some pretty good stuff, man. Really impressed. Got to sample their port cask finish. Excellent. Fucking exquisite. Like the kind of sex in your mouth that you want. Yeah. Good stuff. I know this has been out a while. This is my first time trying this. I've tried other varieties of new riffs, some single barrels. Never actually done the bottle and bond. I'm looking forward to it. Now this, as you can see, one of my favorites, and the favorite to win it all this year. Just going to go out and say it. This is the Mike Tyson of bottle and bond bourbons, in my opinion. Now, this one's very unique, and as I recall, the last time I tried this, I really liked it. It's got a little nutty note to it. The JTS Brown Bottle and Bond. I'm not a huge fan of this bottle. I am a huge fan of the nostalgia. Paul Newman, Jackie Gleason, but not a huge fan of what's in this bottle. But, you know, it's been a while since I tried it. I may be wrong. Now, whereas this is the Mike Tyson, this guy right here, this might be, I'm drawing a blank. This might be that YouTuber kid. I was trying to think of Buster Douglas. This might be Buster Douglas right here. God, I'm getting old. Getting old. The wiring's getting crossed. Buster Douglas, because this guy stands a real good chance of beating Mike Tyson. I know everybody just said, what the fuck are you talking about? I tried this particular bottle at the distillery, ran up to the gift shop and got it. I'm an Old Pepper guy, man. I like Old Pepper. Got a single barrel, this one right here, which I've been sipping on because I'll never get it back. This was a store pick. Got that from Angela for Father's Day, I believe. Holy God, that's such a that right there just turned me on to Old Pepper, and you can kind of see up here. I've got some pepper on my shelf and want to get more. So that being said, we're gonna clear things off and get ready to rumble. Before we go off the deep end, I've got a bottle that's exciting me. I hope it excites you. We're gonna see. Can you see it now? 777's Smoke Wagon. I don't know who all's talking about this, but I'm going to. What I've had from Smoke Wagon has varied from, man, that's pretty good, but it's not quite, to holy shit, that's some of the best juice I've ever had. I'm not gonna dig it all out, but my goodness, that Black Medallion was, oh God, that was so good. This stands a chance of being even better. We've got a 7-year with 60% corn, 30% rye, 4% malt. a 7-year with 51% corn, 30% rye, 10% malt, and a 7-year 51% rye, 45% corn, 4% malt, which means this is only 2/3 bourbon and a rye. Am I reading that right? Yeah, 51% rye, 45% corn. That's correct. Okay, and they're all 7-year. Therefore, 777s, or as I like to call it, motherfucking jackpot. I don't go to the boat. I don't gamble. If I'm going to give my money away, it's going in a goddamn G-string. Okay? I like to know that my hard-earned bucks are going to go to support some young lady's boyfriend's meth habit. Francine! We're going to get... Oh, you know, I about made a grave fucking error. We didn't open the pallet. What do y'all? What do you let me slip for? We're going to have a little George. Little taste of George to open the palate. Oh, George, you smell nice. Little graham cracker, oaky, woody, definitely some ethanol because we put some fucking seriously. George, you got some nice color too. You've been tanning? Look at that. Damn, bottle of George. Nice mouthfeel, dark fruit. George, you are fucking delicious. Definitely some barrel character in there. Got some rye spice, some sweetness, like a syrupy sweetness almost, but then it goes spicy. God damn, we put some good shit in there. And you know what? We put some cheap shit in you too. There's Kentucky Tavern in you, which actually turns out to be a pretty good $8 bottle of whiskey. You know what else? A Little Hug. We've made some good whiskey. That's a nice blend. Of course, it may just be my backwash. Yeah. Yeah. That's... God damn, that's good. I really didn't want to wash George off. I want to keep George's flavor on me. I've been... My buddy Reed Lenhart picked this up for me today. He saw it on an allocated table. And there was actually a Woodford double oak sitting there as well. And he sent me the picture and he goes, "What do you want?" And I said, "Oh, price that double oak for me." So he did. And I pondered on it. And then I looked at the picture again. I said, and I called him. He goes, "All right, I bet I know what you're going with." I said, "Yeah, give me that Smoke Wagon 777." So he actually had to put the Woodford double oak back because he didn't expect me to want this. I do want a bottle of double oak because I like the double oak Woodford, wherever the hell it is. I got an empty bottle over there. It's delicious. I've yet to try the double, but I'll bet it's amazing. My problem is I want to try a pour of it somewhere. Maybe I will this weekend. Maybe I'll go out there to that there Riverwood place and get me a pour of double oak. Before I drop $200 on a bottle, I'd like to know what's in there. Wouldn't you? I mean, that's a hell of a gamble. And I don't gamble. G-strings. This, though, good price. And to be honest, I wanted to be one of the first ones as far as like bourbon guys to try this bad boy out. That smells like it's going to hurt. I forgot to, I think the proof's 108. It is. It's 108 proof, which is right where we want to be. Nice color, but it smells hot. Getting a little like cinnamon. Cinnamon and maybe a plum. It's a nice nose, but it smells hot. There's a burn. Stings the nostrils. Nice mouthfeel. Finish just, it stays there a minute. Got a little tiny, I'm going to call it a licorice note towards the end, but that's not quite right. I'm going to go in for another one. Nice, sweet, but then there's kind of a leather. That's not like chewing on a catcher's mitt. It's like when you put your face in the glove and you just breathe. That's a really nice pour. I'm really glad I got that. Thank you, Reed. Thanks for picking that up for me. As far as price, $90-ish bottle. As far as availability, not so sure because it was on the allocated table, and according to Only Drams, it's fucking rare. Mouth feels good. It's good, not Robitussin, but it's a good mouth feel. Finish stays in there a while. Flavor, very close to excellent flavor. I really like the flavor. That's a very nice pour. It's not a little tobacco and tea in there too. It's a little more complex than what I recall. Hello?
Hi, this is Walgreens, calling with a reminder.
It's a little more complex than what I recall the other smoke wagons being, but I really, really liked a couple of those. The Desert Colt had all the right elements. There was just something, I don't know, maybe out of order. Maybe that's not the right term, but it just, I gave under $30 for that bottle, so I can't complain about it too much. It's a fucking, here, let's go ahead and get it out. We've got all night. Maybe you don't, but I do. Yeah, full strength. The Desert Colt. It was a good pour, but it wasn't great. I don't know why I'm even trying without these anymore. 57.65, so that's 115 plus proof. I mean, it's got everything you want. It just, I don't know. It had all the right elements. It just, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It just was a little off for me. But then when I tried the gold medallion, which is the small batch And then I tried, the Black Medallion was amazing. Oh, this was so good. It is the uncut, unfiltered straight bourbon whiskey. That was a good pour. The Gold Medallion, the small batch, was a good pour as well. It was a really good pour. But that uncut, unfiltered was very good. Now, even it wasn't as good as this. This was a very good pour. Now, enough dilly-daffling. Let's get to blinding some goddamn Bourbon Bond. Fucking jerking off smoke wagon. You know what I didn't do? I'm sorry. I gotta stall a little bit more. Yeah, they're still sourcing. This is still MGP, but god damn, it's good MGP. Rare and limited 777s. We needed a way to experiment with blends and release outstanding single barrels while not being confined by flavor, consistency, or accessibility like our core expressions. Boy, you nailed that. If you see this, grab it. I'm going to recommend. I'm gonna recommend the 777s. That's a good pour. All right. So we've got some great stuff in here, and we've got some. Let's see if we can sort them out. Let's see. Let's see who's going to win this year. By the way, I don't know if I explained it thoroughly. There's going to be 4 rounds. So there's going to be 4 videos of just me figuring out who the final 4 are going to be. So if you're in it to win it, let's do this. Or you can just fast forward to the end and see who won. But yeah, this will be 4 separate videos. Plus, I'm sorry, it'll be 5 separate videos with the final 4. Plus, I'm going to have another video of Bottled and Bond Rise. Like this guy from Rieger's, who I haven't tried yet, but I'm starting to like Rieger's. This smells a little cheap. I mean, I'm getting a little fruity smell, but I'm getting some like that hard ethanol-y, which I tend to like, but not quite in this extreme. That's really all I'm picking up now. Well, here we go. That actually tastes much better than it smells. That's got a nice candy sweetness, a little bit of oak. Finish could stand a little longer. That is not bad. It's not very dark, which frightens me that I'm like picking the JTS Brown or something. That's actually pretty fucking good. Okay. This has got some tea and tobacco, but underneath it, it's got a little vegetarian. I call it rhubarb because it's sweet, but it's not quite like a stone fruit or a dark fruit. No cherry. It smells really nice though. And it's thick. It's thick. Got a little drying thing. We got going for 2. Definitely a little tea leaf. That's neat. The finish goes on for a minute, and you think it's going to be sweet. There's just enough sweet to where you're like, "Oh, that's sweet," but then you go, "No, it's not. It's got a bit of a dry note, and then some tea, a lot of tea. I like that. I don't know that I like it more than that little sweet sugar bomb. So we're just going to keep going. This may be hard. I didn't tell you what the nose was. Corn and ethanol and cotton candy. That's got a little tea thing as well, but it's not the same. It's not. It's a sweet tea. Is that about to ask if that made sense? How the fuck are you going to answer me? Are you answering me right now? Hope so. I hope you're sitting in your chair right now. Donald, I hope you're sitting in your chair in Michigan going right now. Yeah, that makes sense. I've had that before. This one's to our buddy Donald Porter up in Michigan. God bless you, sir. God bless you and your Wolverines. That's got a sting on the end that I really like as well. It starts out sweet and then it goes. It's got a very similar thing going on in this, but I liked that one a little better. Maybe. I don't know. That finish lasts forever. We got to sort this out now. Yeah. Yeah. That's got some oak in it. I like that. I like me some oak. The thing about these bottle and bond runs is by the end of the week, I'm gonna have drank myself into a sling blade state. It'll just be all mushy. I'm picking up some grain on this one, but that's a nice color. Grain, wood, and piss. I like all those things. All right. Oh, toffee finish. Starts out, you're like, oh, that's good, and then goes right into that toffee. And there it is. Splendid. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. What the fuck are you? Hmm. A little cherry on this one. Maybe cherry. Cherry-ish. Cherry-ish and some burn. Cherry bomb. Boy, not all of these in this run are good. I know. I've had them all before. I would expect with the new riff, if I find it, that I'm going to know it because it should have that Jim Beam nutty note. But I've also got the JD Bonded in here. The Jack Daniels Bonded has that same kind of nutty note to me. I'm going to put you back here in last place. I don't want to, but it's got a little funky thing. It's like a leather funk towards the end. Makes my tongue feel weird. Up until that point, very nice pour, just sweet. And then little tea, little tobacco, and then that weird leather. I don't know. Hey, you know what? Somebody's gonna be in last place. Oh, this has got all the good stuff. That just has that good bourbon smell. Brown sugar, little graham cracker, little fruit. I don't know what fruit. Richard Simmons. I don't know. Elton John. That's pretty good. Then I'm getting that leather note on the end of that one too. That's weird. But spice, 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 spice. You're going ahead of him, but behind him. And I'm going to say like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right now. Little like coffee. Maybe a little butterscotch note. It's fruit, dark fruit, like a plum. Graham cracker and toffee with a nice hug. Oh, okay. These two are tied for first, but that's got an edge. Okay. That's a good fucking pour. A little dark chocolate on the end, even. I'm getting it through the water. Oh, that's nice. Probably the fucking JTS Brown. I'm gonna look like a dumbass. Okay, that smells good. It's got a sweetness. A little cinnamon thing too. That's a nice nose. It goes sweet. There's another tea note in there. I'm picking up all kinds of tea tonight. And I don't mean like sweet tea like that one, wherever it went. I mean like the first one, like a fucking tea bag, which isn't unpleasant. It's just, I mean, there ought to be some goddamn sugar and a bit of lemon, a whole lot of brewing. Got a little weird. It's very complex. Whatever this is, we're going to put it about here in this mess for third and fourth. And it just coats the shit out of your tongue. But gives you almost this weird shoe polishy thing. Funny story. Got a chance to meet Dennis Leary several years ago when I was working in Worcester, Massachusetts on a job funded by the Leary Firefighters Foundation. I got to initially meet his brother John, who everyone calls Kiwi. His brother John came out to the site. It was just almost dark. We're all still working. And we didn't know who he was. He was just kind of a fat guy with a beard and short pants. And had a badge and everything. And he strolls up and he's like, "Hey guys, how you doing? The Today Show is going to be out here tomorrow. My brother. And if you guys want some autographs or some pictures, I'll introduce you." And I said, "That's cool. Who the fuck's your brother?" And he's like, "Dennis Leary." I said, "Dennis fucking Leary's your brother?" And he's like, "Yeah, I get that a lot." John was actually a really cool guy. We talked to him for quite a while. But yeah, how he got the name Kiwi was he got really fucked up on acid and ate a tin of Kiwi shoe polish thinking it was a brownie. Side note, Dennis Leary is one cool motherfucker. I love that guy. I was around him maybe 8 minutes. Been a huge fan ever since because he's just a down-to-earth, cool guy. Last one, folks. That smells like anger and late rent, domestic violence. Fucking tastes like it too. That's last place. All right. So we got a little sorting out to do, but not much. I think it's between these two for first, and we'll say these three for second, third, and fourth, fifth. Third, fourth, and fifth. So let's go. Or, as our buddy, a little old fashioned, would say, let's go. I love that guy. I love that guy. No, I gave this too much credit. This is next to last. That is very youthful. I mistook the youthfulness and graininess for sweet cupcake initially. I was wrong. I'm going to say this. It tastes like Rebel 100. I love Rebel 100. Yeah, you can get it anywhere. It's cheap, plentiful, but it's fucking good. It's a great mixer, and it'll get you there. But you can drink it neat too. You got a little grain note. Beyond that, it's a cupcake with just a tiny little hug. And you know what? Well, I'm not a huge NASCAR fan these days, but I believe it's Kyle Busch that's the Rebel 100 guy now. When I was a kid, Bill Elliott, of course, Bill Elliott, awesome Bill from Dawsonville. Me and my dad, we were NASCAR fans. I grew out of it, unfortunately, but I do love me some Rebel, so might get back into it to where Sundays are for me, God, and NASCAR. That's next to last. I need to try last. No, I don't. Fuck that. No. You are one. Mm-mm. No, you're not for me. You're not the one, bitch. Okay, moving on. Hmm. Hmm. Little woody note towards the end that I really like on that one. And now, this one's richer. The wood is, yeah, move on back. Yeah, that's actually a really good pour. You stay there. We might make you a star. No, you lose. That's just got that nice toffee finish that I look for. Whenever I get that toffee on the end, there's no sweetness really. It's almost like a dark, like a baker's chocolate almost. A little toffee, like wafer. And that is just what I associate with a quality pour of whiskey or bourbon. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's maybe it's a milkshake made out of dog shit, but I like it. You know what I didn't find? The Jim Beam nutty note. Until just now, amongst that finish that is a lot like this one. Oh boy. Man, I got to tell you, um, that's tough. I'm going to do them again because that's how close it is. Dark fruit, plum, sugar sweetness, toffee. That's a nice pour. God, that's a nice pour. Little cherry, kind of a spearmint, and then dark chocolate, toffee. I may regret this. This is very unique, but I'm going to put it in second because this is just everything I'm looking for. George, we're about to fill you back up, gorgeous. Don't start with one. Start with this guy. Hate and anger. That is late on your child support. They're garnishing your fucking check. Your transmission went out in your Chevy because that's what happens to Chevys. That's a lot of things I'm against. And you know what, George? I'm not going to do that to you because I think more of you than that. Oh, no big fucking surprise. That is a bit of a surprise. Cedar Ridge in next to last place. I recall really liking that bottle. Huh. Well, at one time it was in second, but then we revisited it. So, man, it was good out of the gate, right? All right, moving on. Oh my God. And Tyson goes down! What the fuck? Really? This is one of my favorite fucking pours in the whole goddamn world. Well, obviously not tonight. It's anybody's ball game now, folks, for the entire goddamn bracket because the man set to win it all. What the fuck? What in the fuck? The fuck's wrong with me? Open, George. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess, on that one. Old Forester 1897, which is a go-to for me. I'm not mad at it. Any of y'all that can't tell, it might have been a rough day. Oh, really? Damn. That's another one of my faves. Didn't expect that. But, you know, blinds don't lie. Ooh, we got a little neck and neck here. We're going to try these two again. Because right now, it's anybody's game. Okay. Mm-hmm. I got to go with that. It's got a little cupcake to it. Calling that third. George, open up. Swallow. I don't know what the fuck that means. Was I already drinking when I did that? Oh! New riff. In fourth place. No Jim Beam nutty note. Good pour. Very good pour. Well, this just got fucking interesting. Where the fuck did it go? Oh, I'm looking at it. All right. Uh-oh. Buster Douglas goes down. I had to have read those wrong. There's no way that what is left is what is going to win this. I'm sorry. I'm so fucking sorry. I love you. I feel like Shawn Michaels right before he super kicked Ric Flair in the face. I'm sorry. I love you. Boom. You're knocked the fuck out. God, it was so close between these two. All right. Weird thing. I don't recall. I recall liking the Tattersall. I don't recall liking it that fucking much that I prefer it over. Hell, everything's sitting here. I would have picked the fucking Cedar Ridge over the Tattersall. That tastes good. What in the fuck? Hey, blinds don't lie. Blinds don't lie. I will say the best thing I tried tonight was George. But we've put a few. We did not put last place in George because last place was not cool. Last couple places. The Cedar Ridge, I like the Cedar Ridge bottle and bond, but tonight it just wasn't for me, I guess. Surprise, surprise. God damn, I really expected this to win the whole goddamn tournament. What are you going to do? Tattersall for the fucking win, folks. Out of fucking Minnesota. God damn, what the fuck is going on in the Great White North? 55% yellow corn, 35% winter wheat, 10% malted barley. Number 4 char, 53-gallon American white oak barrel. So it's a big barrel. That's why you're not getting that. You're getting oak, but you're not getting that bitter oak. Distilled in Minnesota, bottled in Wisconsin. DSP WI 20071. Bottled by Tattersall. Proudly distilled and bottled by Tattersall Distilling Company, River Falls, Wisconsin. Okay, I am not smart enough to figure out where everybody's from, but I know our boy Donald Porter is up north there. Tell me what you think of this stuff, man. And if you haven't tried it, it's up there with you, buddy. I mean, I don't want to call y'all Yankees, But that there is some good Yankee juice. God bless you. Good Lord. Donald, y'all are winning up there. You're winning the tournament so far. I know we've had one bracket. Look at you, sir. I know you're not from Wisconsin, you're from Michigan, but all the same, you know, I'm from Missouri, so y'all consider me from Arkansas, Kansas, and Oklahoma. Don't tell me I'm lying. This has been fun and very, very educating. Things I thought I really liked, I guess I don't. Things that I was middle of the road on that I've always said was okay. Yeah, I mean, I like that one. This surprised me. This didn't. This surprised me. I thought this would do better because I'm a big supporter of Cedar Ridge. I think they got some good juice. Just tonight, it wasn't for me. Thought this would do better. Glad to see this one as high as it is. I like Jack Daniel's Bonded. It's got a nice flavor, and it's a good $20-some bottle. Not quite $30. I'm probably never just gonna buy Old Number 7 when I can get this because it makes a hell of a mixer, and I can still drink it neat and enjoy it. So it's the best of both worlds. Like Sammy Hagar said on 5150, I want the best of both worlds. He said that. Look it up. It's 1986. David Lee Roth was out. Sammy Hagar came in. I want the best of both worlds. Little heaven right here on earth. Second place. So, because this was second place, and we're doing brackets of 9 or 10, it surely just occurred to my drunken ass that we should do the final 8. Pepper's in. Fight me. Fight me. My cave, my fucking rules. It's the top 2 that are going in. This is number 1. This is so good. I don't recall liking Tattersall or Tatersall, as I like to call it, as much as that. That is a fucking delicious goddamn toffee note, dark chocolate, everything I'm looking for on a goddamn pour. I don't recall getting that before. And the nose is not anything to write home about. It's ethanol and shit. Little cinnamon, little fruit, but the flavor. It's a goddamn roller coaster. And then it turns into this on the finish. That's what it turns into on the finish. Who'd have fucking thunk that a $50 bottle that I pulled out of a goddamn liquor store on its last day being open, which is a shame. Spirit World was a cool place. I wish y'all could have experienced it. There were couches and a liquor store and a bar. There were 2 bars. And I can't remember the owner's name, but she was so nice. And she was just hanging out day before closing, drinking wine with her friends. And man, it made me wish that I lived in Omaha so I could have hung out there. That's how cool Spirit World was. I wished that I lived in Omaha so I could have hung out at Spirit World because the clientele was cool. The people that worked there were cool. The lady that owned the place was cool. The bartenders were fucking cool. The lead bartender, I can't remember his fucking name. He had like silver hair with a ponytail, and I'm like, oh my god, it's like Bruce Dickinson serving me drinks. What a fucking great place, and they fucking closed it. God damn it. I wish y'all could have seen it. But I got this while I was there. So it's definitely going to be in there. We're going to slide completely out of nepotism and favoritism. We decided to change the rules at the last minute, and we're going to throw the top 2 instead of the final 4. So fuck you if you don't like it. I gave my rules. It's gonna fucking pour. Fucking Tattersall is good, man. Donald, if you don't have this already, Mr. Porter, if you don't have this already, get you some Tattersall. Ball and Bond. I know it's up there. That's fucking good. So we got 3 more of these in the finals. So there's 4 more of these, plus the Bottle and Bond Rye. So I hope you stay tuned for all of them. If you don't, I understand. This kind of shit ain't for everybody. And god damn, I'm running out of jokes. Who'd ever thought that bullshit would fucking happen where Ron motherfucking Elliott has run out of funny shit to say that's not going to get him thrown off of YouTube. I got plenty of funny shit. It's just there's only certain amounts that I can say on here. There's only so many jokes I can tell about Luke and Andrew Budnick's moms before I, get the axe. Which, by the way, Luke and Andrew's moms own a bed and breakfast in Herman, Missouri, where the Missouri Bourbon Festival is being held in September, and we're going, and I'm going to shoot some content. I don't care if they throw me to the ground and take my camera. I got a new gimbal from my buddy Reed today that like self-gravitates and shit. It's fucking amazing. I'm taking it. And if I make a Ron sandwich out of Luke Budnick's mom's as the bread, all the better. I'm not going to film it and put it on here. That's for a completely different channel. But hey, it's going to be a good time. So until then, Donald, get you some Tattersall. Tell me what you think. Everybody else, Old Pepper's the shit. If you get a chance to go to Lexington, Kentucky, take the tour, grab this bottle. It's fucking amazing. And thanks for playing.